Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today what we're going to talk about is how to create a life worth living. The reason I chose this is sometimes it feels life just seems boring, you know, like it's just the daily grind or something. So I was thinking this might give us some kind of direction, kind of hope thing. I don't know, but you know what I mean. Okay, so the first thing I came up with is develop your own hobby. Now, my mom used to say everyone should have something that's just their own, just for them, you know. Now, some hobby ideas that I have come up with is crocheting, which is what I enjoy doing. I have a hard time like staying motivated to do it, but my goal is to try to start doing it every day, because then I'll have kind of something to look forward to, because to me every day you need something to look forward to other than, you know, going to work or and let's face it, most people don't look forward to that, or cleaning up, another thing. Let's not be ridiculous. Today I'm just kind of like in a like blah feeling mood. I think it's because it's kind of gloomy outside, just kind of, you know, it's just clouds and all. But okay, so that's why I decided to do this. Now here's some possible hobby ideas I came up with. Let's see. For one thing, I would say is think about like things that you enjoyed doing as a kid, as a child. One thing that I remember that I used to love to do, I used to love to read novels. But now I've noticed that's much more challenging, because I don't know, it's like if I can find something that's interesting enough, then I'll stick with it and read it. But finding something that's interesting enough to read is challenging. But anyway, that's one thing. I also used to like to do poetry, so that's, you know, that could be a hobby. Also, that's great, like therapeutic work, because then you could, you know how sometimes writing in a journal you have to complete your thoughts basically. Well, with poetry, then you don't really have to complete your thought. You can just be kind of like all over the place and comparing it to nature and everything like that. And I remember I used to enjoy poetry, so that's another option. Another thing, you can learn a new language, learn to play a musical instrument. I've always wanted to play the cello. Have I ever done it? No. I used to play the saxophone when I was in school, even though then I wanted to play the flute. But yeah, I ended up playing the saxophone. Yeah. Anyway, that's one thing. Ask yourself what your best self would look like. Okay. So you know, and I encourage you to do this too. I took the time to write down what my best self would look like, and then develop a plan, like a reasonable plan of action, that you can, the direction you want to take to make it happen. Okay, my best self, I would have a nice dinner prepared each night. Okay, how would I do that with my illnesses? So I came up with 2 like crock pot meals, so I could look on Pinterest and find some different recipes for crock pots, or for the crock pot, especially since, you know, it's gonna start turning cooler soon. So that'll be kind of new, so, or not new, but neat. I tell you, today I just feel really out of it, but I thought, Sharon, you need to, you know, make a video, because part of the reason I started YouTube was to help me with depression, and to kind of give, I don't know how to explain it, but give me something to do that's you know, hopefully gonna give my life some direction. Right now I feel just totally out of it. Like, I don't know if okay, there's this thing called dissociation. Called dissociation, where you don't feel like you're in the present moment, like you just feel spacey. And sometimes this happens because of maybe if you're going through a difficult situation, and you won't even know it, you're just kind of somewhere else. A good example of this, or not really the way that usually dissociation comes about, but if you've ever been traveling down the interstate and, you know, you're just thinking and you end up missing your exit because you're just thinking about something else, or you end up, and then I just thought about, I've also taken some medication for my pain, so that might be part of the reason I'm just kind of like, doop, 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 doop. So hopefully I'm making sense. But yeah. And then the other thing, I would have a clean and tidy home always. Now, how will I do this with my illnesses? I would say create a daily schedule during the week. One thing I thought about is each day make up my bed with me in it. Now that might sound completely crazy, but I've done it before and maybe I ought to start doing that again. And if there's a way I can figure out how to film it, then I'll show you what I mean. But hey, it's possible. Okay, also do dishes daily. Now, the best way I found to do this so that you basically always have your sink empty, as long as you run your dishwasher every night, even if it's just a few items in there, then you'll always be on top of your dishes. So that's, you know, that's what I would say is the most helpful way to do it. But you have to every night have that dishwasher running, regardless of, even if it's just a couple of dishes in there, because preferably I would rather just have a couple of dishes, because then you only have a couple of dishes to take out, you know. So that's one thing. I feel like I'm not making any sense today, but hopefully this is helping you. The next thing is, no, I'm just kidding. I was thinking about, you know, those teachers that would seem like they're bored to death with what they're talking about. And not that I'm bored to death with it, but I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe I need to get some more sleep or something. Yeah, I don't know. But I'll continue, and hopefully this will seem enjoyable or something to you all. Yeah. Okay. So Wednesday, clean up the kitchen. Okay, on Thursday, the Roomba is your friend. So vacuum with the Roomba. The only thing that I've noticed is you have to pick up the cords or kind of move them out of the way, because the Roomba can take some of it, but then it will also sometimes twist everything around. So I would suggest, you know, picking up your cords and stuff. And then if there's any toys on the floor or shoes or something, then you have to pick that up. Because I thought at first when I got the Roomba, I was like, oh, this is going to be simple. This is going to be easy. This is going to be great. And it is great. But, you know, you do have to do that sort of thing, kind of preparation. And then you also have to put, they call them kind of like, I think it's door blockers, or like if you don't want it to go into a certain area. Because I've noticed one thing with the Roomba is you'll kind of keep cleaning that same area again and again. Yes, it'll be getting it clean, but you only have a certain amount of time before it needs to be charged, you know. And if you want like a good bit of your house cleaned, then, you know, you kind of have to put these little, I can't remember what they call those, like the little walls up. But anyway, okay, that's vacuuming. And then on Friday, I would say dust and maybe do the mirrors. I'm gonna add that to my list. Clean glass. Well, let's just say mirrors, because let's face it, nobody's getting out and cleaning the windows or anything. Like I said, this must be reasonable. Okay, the other thing is I also would like to look always put together. You know, there's people that always seem to have their hair done and, you know, just put together. But okay, so this is what I came up with. You know how exercise is important? Well, with a chronic illness, it's very hard to get yourself exercising and motivated and feeling up to it and stuff like that. So what I decided to do, I'm gonna try to do a plank every day, you know? And that one you could do for like 5 seconds. And then, you know, kind of keep adding like 5 more seconds each day or something like that. 2 seconds, 1 second. It doesn't matter. As long as you're progressing and as long as you're sticking with it. Because the plank, I was thinking about how it would work all your body, and you get a chance to, like, you don't have to worry about like really getting into exercise clothes or whatever. So I was thinking maybe do a plank every day, just for as long as you can, and then just kind of keep building on it. So that's one thing I thought about doing, or plan to do, I guess. Second thing, have my nails polished every day, and maybe schedule this for Friday to always polish my nails. Yeah, I have a nice collection of nail polishes. I would say Zoya is one of my favorites, and then Julep. Yeah, those are my favorite nail polishes. So the other thing I have is always wrap my hair at night and put a little moisturizer on it so it has a little shine to it, you know. Yeah, and each day wear lipstick, whether I'm going out anywhere or not. Now the lipstick color I like to wear, that I thought I had put this one on, but I don't think I have the one on that I really like, is I think it's Ruby. I think it's called Ruby Woo by MAC. It's like a bright red. But what I've noticed is my skin tone, or underneath the skin tone, I'm pretty red toned. So I'll, you know, if I wear like red lipstick, then it just kind of helps you pop, and you know, you look more put together, even though all you did was put on some lipstick. I know some people will do lipstick and mascara, but I don't know. Sometimes I'll do something like that, but not most of the time. No, I don't. Now eyeshadow, I was doing this thing with Clinique eyeshadow. It has these little it's like almost like a little pencil thing that you can just put some eyeshadow on. In fact, what I might do one of these days for a video is kind of come up with like my favorite items that I like to use, like beauty items, something like that. So you put the lipstick on and get fully dressed, whether you're going out anywhere or not. So that's what I'm thinking. It's kind of like a good way to get started with kind of trying to get your life back together. Also doing a bucket list. I've noticed that's kind of enjoyable too. Just kind of thinking of all these things you want to do with your life. Like, I would love to go to Bora Bora. Now, will I? I don't know. But, so that's another thing you can do. It's kind of just do like a bucket list of things you want in your life. Another thing, it was like, I wrote it down somewhere, but I can't remember where I put it. I might do another bucket list. I probably put it in my phone. But yeah, another thing you can do is, like maybe if you want to have a certain amount saved up in your banking account by the age of whatever your next decade age would be. Like, I'm 42, so by 50 I want to have this amount saved up, but have it something reasonable, something you can actually save up, so, because you want yourself to win. You know, you don't want to set yourself up to fail. And what it is, right now I'm playing with this little thing. What do you call these things? Earpieces. So maybe I should do that during my videos too. Play with something, because that way I don't get so like nervous. Well, not that I get nervous exactly, but just it's hard to kind of keep my thoughts together. And you know, I'll start thinking about like a million different things to tell you all, and I hope this is like enjoyable and stuff and not boring. Yeah, anyway, this is a weird video, I know, but hopefully you will enjoy it, and hopefully I gave you some ideas of how to make your life more enjoyable. I think what I'm going to do, I also thought about, I'm not sure if I mentioned this or not already, but with crocheting, I learned how to crochet with Craftsy. It's Craftsy, well, it's a Craftsy app, but I think they changed the name to something else, but I can't remember what it's called. But if I find it, then I'll like put it in the, you know, in the text, in the part above, because I noticed that I'm more relaxed when I'm doing it, kind of just. And I thought about maybe sometimes what I'll do is, even when I'm recording, I'll be doing crochet, and one thing I could do is maybe teach you all how to do crochet. So then if you want to have like a professional teaching you, you could do Craftsy, like I said, or if you want to just watch me do it, you can do that too. And then you don't have to pay anything. But I don't know. I'm going to see if I can do that, because the other part is you got to get it, you know, you have to get the camera exactly right to show people and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah. And right now I'm doodling, like the Simpsons hairdo, you know, with the little points. And you can tell my mind is like scattered. But anyway, I hope I've helped you, and I hope, I don't know, hopefully this will help you feel better. Hopefully it'll make me feel better. Might get some sleep, some more sleep, even though I kind of just woke up, but I don't know, I still feel pretty cloudy, like, yeah, I guess I should end the video, but I don't know, I kind of just want to keep talking. Yeah.